thanks for coming to my channel. This is Midnight Moon Tarot and I'm Diana. This reading is for the astrological sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, or anywhere in your birth chart that Libra might appear. Also, if you're new to my channel, I'd like to take just a second and invite you to subscribe and click that little bell so that you're sure to be notified whenever I upload new content. Also, in the description box below, you'll find links to my social media, my Patreon, my PayPal, and links to some really cool things on Amazon I think you guys will like. Okay, so this reading is for July 3rd through the 10th, 2020, keeping in mind that all tarot readings are timeless. So whether you come across this reading right after I upload, a week, month, or even a year from now, if you feel drawn to watch it, most likely you'll find a message for you within the reading. Okay, so if you feel like it doesn't completely resonate with you, just keep in mind that this is a generalized reading for the entire sun sign of Libra. So if you know your other planetary placements, then you can listen to those other signs as well for additional messages. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and calibrate these cards to the astrological sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, and ask our angels, guides, and ancestors for any love messages for Libra for July 3rd through the 10th, 2020. Alright, I'm going to shuffle again, maybe one or two more times. Just want to make sure they're good. Alright, now I'm going to divide these into 3 stacks. Now, for those of you who are new here, I do 4 rows. The first row, oh, wait a minute. The card on the bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. That's super, that's great. So, this card is the overall energy for this reading. As we go through your spread, I'm going to show you how this Hierophant is going to relate to the other cards that come up in your reading. Now, the Hierophant is all about commitment, long-term relationships, marriages. It doesn't necessarily have to be a marriage as in like a legally married kind of person, although it can, and generally it is, but it can have to do with partnerships and business aspects as well. And I know this is a love reading, but I'm just throwing that out there because sometimes when you have these business connections and stuff like that, you'll end up meeting your twin flame or your soulmate through those type connections as well. All right, now for those of you who are new here, I do 4 rows, and that first row is about you, what you have been dealing with in the recent past, what you're currently dealing with, and what is coming towards you. The second row pertains to your partner, your beloved, your twin flame, soulmate, karmic partner. This could be your divine counterpart, might be somebody you just met, and it might even be an ex that you feel those really strong soul ties with and would want a reconciliation with. It's generally the person that you are thinking of the most, the one that you're thinking about when you wake up in the morning, and that person you're thinking about when you go to sleep at night. The third column is, sorry, the third column has to do with obstacles, challenges, fears, anxieties, things that are blocking us from getting where we want to be, okay? And that last row is outcome. All right, now I just laid out 2 cards in each of the 4 rows, and I'm going to do that 2 more times for a grand total of 24 cards. By the time we get to the end of your spread, we have a pretty good idea about what's going on. Now, for you in your column, we have the 10 of Swords as well as the 9 of Pentacles, and this is telling me that, you know, you've been through a lot of hurt in your recent past, maybe over the last few months, last year, whatever, but you've experienced that, you've felt it, you know what it's like, you've grown from it. And the 10s tell us that this is a situation that is in the past. 10s are always about endings and moving forward from that. And you have the 9 of Pentacles here, and she is very, very much like the Empress, and the Empress is very definitely a Libra card. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is so much like the Empress, but maybe like an Empress in training. This is where you're still working on yourself, where you're still developing yourself, where you're still, discovering new things that you like, where you're nurturing yourself, you're nurturing the growth of your new life, and you're really, really focused on that. Art, beauty, sensuality, all of those things. That if you had to actually plant a garden of virtues and attributes that you would want, you would plant the very best things. And this is what this Nine of Pentacles is doing. And she's sitting there. It's almost completely to fruition, and she's kind of just sitting there enjoying that garden. Now, when we get to your partner, we have the Death card as well as that Eight of Pentacles. And talking about that relationship that you had in your past that had really, really hurt you, and you've grown from it and you've moved on, we have the Death card, okay? And so you're looking at that particular relationship in a way that, you're moving past it. Now, what happens after death is resurrection. And while you are reinventing yourself, and just a minute ago you had the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is not the Ten of Pentacles, and it is not the Empress. You still have a feeling of not wanting to be moving on. The Eight of Swords is about that mental prison that we all have that keeps us sometimes from doing the things that we want to do because we're too scared. You're not going to get on that flight because you're afraid it will crash. You don't want to cross that bridge because you're afraid the bridge will fall. You don't want to get involved in a new relationship because you're afraid you will be hurt again. But life is about growth. Okay, it's about growth, and to grow further and evolve a little bit more than that Nine of Pentacles, you have to get over the fears and anxieties that you are feeling in order to achieve that. Otherwise, this is your anxieties and fears and challenges, you're going to find yourself continuing to be stuck or to be alone. If you want to move forward in a relationship, you're going to have to dig deeper. You're going to have to think about all the things from your childhood, previous relationships, what it is you actually want from life, who you actually are before life distracted you and changed you, and all the different things that were beyond your control, or you felt at the time were beyond your control, that maybe changed you from, kind of knocked you off your path a little bit. If you need to take that time and figure out what these things are so that you can move forward and continue this growth right here that you've started. Okay, and in the outcome, we have the Four of Swords. So yeah, the Four of Swords is talking about, you're taking that time out, you're doing that healing, you're doing that energy work on yourself. You're looking, what's the word? You're looking towards your past, okay, to figure out what it is that hurt you, what you need to move on from there. This is the time you're taking to heal yourself. This little soldier on top of this coffin box, back in ancient times, before the soldiers would go off to war, they would build their own coffin so that if they were killed, then they would have a place to be buried. But if they survived the battle and they came home, they would take a month or two or three, and they would sleep on top of this coffin just to reflect on what they have been through and what they are coming home to. It seems like a really good cure for PTSD, instead of just jumping right back into regular life as people know it. And this, so before you jump into a new relationship, what you have been doing and what you might need to continue to do is to, do that self-healing and learn self-respect and self-love so that you can move on. And when you do, you are going to find that you most likely are going to have a fire sign that jumps into your life. You're going to have some kind of communication with a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo person that maybe has their eye on you. This seems like something fun, like maybe just a little summer fling or summer love. It's not feeling like it's really anything serious, and I don't think that you will be taking it really, really serious. It's kind of your little get your feet wet situation again. Just a little summer love kind of feeling. It's not this. It's like you wouldn't want to go from one serious relationship where you were deeply hurt and then just jump into another one. This is kind of like training wheels, okay? All right. Now, in that second set of cards, we have that Four of Pentacles as well as the Knight of Cups. In your partner's column, you have the Queen of Swords as well as the Tower. In the fears and anxieties, you have the Ace of Swords and the Two of Wands. And in your outcome, we have the Two of Pentacles and the Emperor. All right, I like that Emperor. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna find that you are, you know, when you've been holding on. Okay, you've been holding on for dear life. Just like this guy is holding on to these coins. He's got his feet holding to. He's got one on his mind. He's holding on tightly to this one. He's not wanting to let go. That hurt that you had been through in the past, it is time to release that. It's time to get over that. This is a time for you to, you know, move forward and to experience love and feel love and to give and receive love again. This is time for you to put that out there in the atmosphere, into the universe, because you know what happens when it does. Just like the law of attraction, whatever you are putting out there, this is what you're going to attract back to yourself. This is what you are going to manifest in your life. If you want sincere love and you want that deep connection and you want someone that is sensitive and emotional and actually gets you and understands you, bad moods as well as good moods, this is what you put out there in the universe. And then here it comes right here, giving that little offer of love to you. Now, in your partner's column, well, you know, everything had fallen apart. You were deeply hurt. It's time to get past that. You need to move on from that. And the Tower gives us that opportunity when everything has fallen apart to rebuild. The next card in the tarot after the Tower is the Star. So after everything falls apart, the next step is moving on. Of course, you know, you've been hurt. You're kind of afraid to move on. So even though you're moving on, you're still going to be cautious. You're going to be on the lookout for, you know, players, butt boys, whatever you guys want to call them. They just like, she's like, come on, I dare you, come here. But I'm on to you, that kind of situation. That's why this little summer fling and this little summer love, you kind of try on for size, get your feet wet again, is really important for you to do. It's a transitional little thing for you to have. Maybe somebody you met over the 4th of July weekend. This is something. All right, now in your fears and anxieties, well, you know, you're looking towards the future. You're thinking about, you know, all the things that you want. You're having a positive outlook. And you are, you know, just like when we were talking about a minute ago with that law of attraction. Sorry, I have something on my hand. When we're talking about that law of attraction and you are manifesting those things into your life, you know, you can actually sit there and put these positive things out there, and that's what comes back to you. Okay, I don't know what in the world this is on my hand. I don't know. All right, so when we get to your outcome, well, look who's here. It's the Emperor, all right? Now, this is somebody, okay, now you had that Queen of Swords a minute ago. All right. Okay, excuse me if I seem like I'm jumping all over the place. That Queen of Swords, it's going to make you make excuses not to get attached to this person. This is the more serious person. This is the person that has wisdom, who has guidance, who is a little bit of a leader, who is secure in their position in life. They've been through their ups and downs and came out successfully and have learned a great deal from that. This is somebody that is not only like a father figure or a mentor. This is somebody significant in your life that is your partner. That, you know, we have this Nine of Pentacles over here, which is representing you, all right? And like I said, this is like the Empress in training. This is somebody that you know, when you get in relationships, a lot of times there is like a teacher sort of persona in one or the other person's. This new Emperor that's coming into your life, all right, is that person. don't mistake the fact that this is a busy person or a an influential person, that they are not as interested in you. They have other things that are going on. It doesn't mean that they're ignoring you, okay? And part of a teacher in this particular situation would be to bring that part of you out that you're uncomfortable with, so that you can move past it and learn that you don't have to have constant attention from your twin flame or your soulmate, because even when you are miles and miles apart, or one of you's on either side of the world, you still feel that vibe, you still feel that connection. You don't have to be with them 24 hours, and there's no reason to panic just because they're gone to work for 8 hours a day, or you're off at your work for 8 hours a day, or whatever's going on. You don't have to be with somebody 24 hours a day, okay? This is a person that allows you your own freedom and your own friends. This is finally somebody who's not controlling. They are mature, and they are able to allow you that. But the trick is allowing them back and not feeling that panic where you latch on too tightly, okay? Because that's where you will get into trouble just a little bit. Now, in this last set of cards, we have that Nine of Wands along with the Fool. Okay, your partner, we have that King of Wands and the Four of Wands. Okay, and your fears, anxieties, obstacles, challenges, blockages, things like that. We have the King of Cups as well as the Ace of Cups. And you're probably thinking, how in the world is that a blockage? Well, I'll tell you in just a second. In your outcome, you have the Eight of Swords and the Six of Cups. So watch out, okay? All right, yeah. You're feeling a little defensive. You've been through things in the past that have hurt you. This new person is not about that. This person, you don't have to feel guarded. You don't have to feel like you're constantly having to, you can finally relax. This is a person that makes you feel brand new and reborn. This is a brand new example of a relationship, okay? Now, because this card is coming at the end and not at the beginning of your reading, this would mean that, you're taking this chance, and then you're going to jump off that cliff, and you're going to get hung up in this right here and be hanging there, and then you would be in the same type situation again. This is, you have finally gotten loose from this stagnant situation that you're in, and you're landing on your feet, and you are now more appreciative of the good things in your life, because you know what good things are. You've lost the good things, you've been without the good things, and now you have the opportunity to have this in your life again, and you're happy, okay? All right. Now, when you get to your partners, well, we have this Four of Wands, and if you look at it closely, it looks like 11-11, and this is another card that's indicative of your soulmate, and you have that King of Wands energy, which tells me that this person has a very high attraction to you. They are adventurous, they are playful, they are fun, they're smart. That this is a very strong person, so don't make any mistake thinking that this is a person that's not very serious, because this is a person that is very protective of what is they're very protective of what belongs to them. And I'm not talking about you belong to a person, but if you are their partner, they have got your back like 100%. This is somebody that's not going to let you down. All right. Now, in your obstacles and challenges, where you're sitting here thinking that this beautiful new love that you have, that it's come into your life, that this King of Cups is offering you, okay? And this can be any sign, really. It doesn't have to be any particular sign at all. It's all about you just afraid that new love coming into your life is not going to be what it is that you expected. But I really feel like it is, and you need to focus on that, because if you focus on it's not right, then the universe can hear you, and that's what they're gonna give you. So yeah, this person is coming into your life really quickly. This is a very strong energy when this Emperor makes himself known to you, and it's going to happen really, really quick. You're going to find that you are very comfortable and safe with this person, and that it is very much a soulmate type situation, and just every reason in the world that you finally have happiness, that you're finally meeting that person. Yeah, that person. All right. So Libra, that is your reading for July 3rd through the 10th, 2020. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I'll see you here shortly for the 11th through the 18th, I guess, something like that. All right, guys, I love you. Bye-bye.